great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. My name is Jim Hacking. It's an early show because we have softball today. We are in Kansas City. My daughter has hey, Kwaku, turn off your camera for me, will you? Because I don't pull people up with camera anymore. And if you could change your take off your last name, that'd be helpful too. We're trying to keep people anonymous up in here. Never know who's watching, never know what's going on. Good morning, everybody. We got Bangalore, India in the house. Good morning, Jashinkar. How you doing? Good morning to Marlene. Emmy Pat said, I still got the text. Yes, I sent the text. I did send the text today, just because it's so early. Sunshine in Brooklyn today, and it is the marathon. Boy, I saw a little computer model of the race and how far people run for the New York City Marathon. It's crazy. Ms. FDAFAF, walaikum assalam. Vanessa, good morning. Hello. Who has immigration questions for me? Lay them in the comments or come on over to YouTube, and you can look for the Immigration Answer Show. Find me a question on there, and I will do my best to answer it. Yeah, I was having an extra hour. I slept from 11:30 till 6, and that was before the time change. So 10:30 to 6. So that was 7.5 hours. I woke up feeling good. Yeah, I didn't get to go live yesterday because they moved Noor's softball schedule, which is why I'm here now. And Kwaku has a question, so let's get started. Hello, Kwaku.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Jim. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing?
Yes, I'm doing good, Jim. Welcome to Kansas. You're in Kansas City, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm 2 hours away from you. I'm in Manhattan, Kansas.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Actually, our games are in Shawnee, Kansas, so we get even closer. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, Jim. How are you?
Good. What's up?
Yeah, Jim. There's a question. So my spouse my spouse joined me about what's called somewhere in March. I mean, she got a green card and everything. She even started working and stuff like that. And so I have a question. So my spouse has a son that her so my spouse immediate older sister died and left him like an 11-year-old son, and my wife is looking in the future to bring this guy this his what's called her child into the states. And I know that it's not a straightforward thing because of the fact that even though their sister left in the care before she died. And I wanted to ask, if my wife becomes a citizen and wants to bring this child, does she has to go through like an adoption process?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And is it something that your office does?
No, we don't help with adoptions. No. There's actually a lawyer in Atlanta.
Hmm.
Her name's Rhonda Fishbein. If you look for her, Fishbein, adoption
Okay.
immigration attorney, and it's
Hmm.
like Fischbein. That's all she
Okay.
does is international adoptions.
Okay.
Um, I know it is a hard process, but if the mother passed away, that's going to be USCIS, and the State Department will probably be more open to that than if it's just like adopting your nephew. But there's obviously a reason for it because his mom died.
Yes. 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 Okay. Okay. So Jimmy, if you don't mind, can you say the name again for that person?
Yeah, yeah. Let me see if I can. I might just put it in the chat. Let me see if I can find
Okay.
it real quick. Um, yeah, I probably sent
Okay.
40
Okay.
or 50 people to this lady, and she doesn't even know who I am, but I will put it in the comments right now.
Okay.
Good luck,
All
Kwaku.
right.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim, for the good work. Thank you, Jim.
You got it. Yeah. Tammy, hello. Tammy, you're on mute. Tammy, are you there? Hello. Can you guys see me on TikTok? Cat says she's just seeing a still image. Am I moving? Am I alive? Maybe not. I don't know. There's only 16 people watching. Tammy, are you there? All right. Tammy's having sound problems. Let's go to Ash. Hello, Ash. Ash, go ahead. You're on mute.
Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear me, Jim?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, thank you, Jim. So, first of all, I gotta say thank you for what you're doing for the community. And
Yeah, can you hold the phone up closer to your mouth or go to better reception because it's very weak.
oh, I'm sorry.
That's better.
Is it
That's
better
better.
now?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I found myself in this funny situation. Actually, I'm planning on going to the US on an A2 visa,
Okay.
and I want to know how complicated my situation would be if once I'm in the US, I would change to like a green card because I've heard from a lot of lawyers and stuff that it's pretty complicated, and I just want to know your opinion on it. Or have you ever done like dealt with it before?
Yeah, we've done a couple. Andrew does a lot of those in our office. We've probably done 4 or 5 of them. I don't know that it's particularly hard. How fast are you wanting to do it? I mean, you can't do it right away once you get
No,
here.
no, no, no. Yeah, yeah, I'll probably be in New York around March, April, and I'll stay there before I change to the green card or planning on it. I'll stay there around a year and a half, and then
Yeah.
I'll change. Would you say that's a wise thing to do, or should I,
Well, I mean, first of all, I think you shouldn't spend much time thinking about this until you're actually here, because if you come with that intent, that's going to cause you problems down the line. So I would just come, start your life on your A2, do what you said you're going to do, and then deal with it after that. But what's going to be the basis? Are you going to go for Section 13, or are you going to do some other way of getting a green card?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm going to work for an NGO,
Uh-huh.
and I'm I just first of all, the plan was to stay on an A2, considering how things are going in the US right now, and
Mm-hmm.
seeing that. Would you say that staying on an A2 would be beneficial until this orange fella is out of it, or would you say changing would be wise after?
Well, but you're jumping past the thing I'm trying to get to. So
Okay, all right.
you don't just get to wave a magic wand because you entered on an A2 and then get a green card, right? So you have to have the A2 is your entry into the United States, just like a B2 or an F1 or something, right? So you have to have an independent uh, way to get a green card. You don't just get it because you came on an A2. So you can, if you show that you have compelling reasons why you can't go back home, almost like an asylum light kind of a situation where you can show that, yeah, it wouldn't be good for me to have to go back. So it's not as high a burden as asylum, but it's still a burden. So is that the path that you're thinking, or like, are you going to marry a U.S. citizen or some other way of getting a green card?
Okay, the path couldn't it be an H1B or something like that, or the
Brother,
actual?
my brother,
Nope.
you are so far off what you think you don't know nearly enough about what your plan is.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now your question is,
So yeah,
Jim, if I enter the United States on an A2, can I apply for an H1B? Who's going to sponsor you? And what's the
my
job?
company, my company.
Your own company?
Uh, yes, the company, the NGO itself.
Yeah. I think now you're talking about magic land, like the idea how old is your company? How much revenue does it do?
It's fairly new, but it's going to be sponsored by the Vatican for a 5 year period in New York. It's going to be a fairly new company, and that's what it's going to be. The founding is going to be in Chicago next month, and the starting point of it is going to be 2026, the first January.
So there's lots of problems with this plan. Problem number
Okay.
one, it's a startup. So it doesn't have any revenue. So it can't show that it can make enough money to run the business and support you, the H-1B visa applicant. That's problem number one. But the bigger problem is You're the owner of the company. They are very harsh on giving H-1Bs to people for companies that they themselves are the owner.
I'm not the owner.
Oh, well, who
No, no,
is?
no, no, no.
You said
I'm not the. I'm not,
my company. I thought you meant
no, no, sorry. No, sorry, 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 sorry. Yeah, yeah. No, it's not my. No, it's not my company. It's not my company. I'm gonna be the COO.
so. I mean, number one, I don't know if you can change from an A2 to an H-1B. I assume you can, but I don't know that for sure. So that's something you'd have to check. But to me, you're way, way, way too early to be thinking about a green card. In other words, come here, get settled, start your thing, and off you go.
Okay, I have a second question. The interview process. Uh, how high of a percentage of the interview being waived if it's on A2
I have no
in
idea.
the embassy? Okay.
But I would
Well,
say,
thank you.
what country are you talking about?
So I'm from Tunisia,
Uh-huh.
and the Vatican will send a note verbal to the embassy here, stating that yeah.
Dear Jim, do you think the Trump administration is going to let someone from North Africa come
Mhm.
to the United States on an A2 visa without an interview? What do you think the chances are of that? I would say under 5%.
Even being recognized by the Vatican itself as a representative or a staff member.
So racism trumps Vatican. Racism towards North African men is stronger in the Trump administration than any shit they give about whatever the Vatican says. Why are you worried about an
That
interview?
no, I'm just like look. I was just thinking of a bit of it being like a smoother process as a whole, just entering the U.S. as opposed to anything else. I'm just going from
I
there.
think I think the State Department has never been wanting to vet people more than they are right now. So I think you're definitely gonna have an interview. Good luck, Ash.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Jim.
Yep. Hey everybody on TikTok, you got any questions for me? Hello, 80 Royale. Tammy, let's go back to Tammy. Microphone working, Tammy?
Yes, I'm sorry. I was not with my phone at the time when you called. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. So my question would be I moved okay, I was my husband and I met when he came to Nigeria. So we had a child together, but as then he was separated with his now ex. So there was this thing going on for his sister to she was doing her graduation or something, and he wanted me to come. So I came into the US with my daughter that I had for him. But outside all this time, he already had his papers and he was not in communication. He and his ex were separated. So I came to the US, I started doing my thing. And then I had another child in the process for him. And after my second child, he divorced. He had a smooth divorce with his ex, and now we have three kids together. So I did put in my I-130. I put in the I-485 and also the work authorization. And since March, I've never heard anything. They requested an RFE for one of the affidavit of support because the recent tax year was missing, and I sent that in, and it did say that it was received. Also, they sent the I-130A RFE, and I also sent that back, but I've not heard anything. So, do you know what I can do at this point?
So what is the date of your marriage?
It's gonna be a year in November. Like now, like next week is gonna be a year.
What year did your husband become a citizen?
2017.
Okay. So did you know him in 2017?
Yes,
Did you already have a child with him in 2017?
yes,
Did he list that child on his N400?
yes, it did.
Okay. And was he still married to the US citizen that sponsored him for his green card at that time?
At that time, he was, but they were separated.
Did USCIS know that when they naturalized him?
I'm guessing so.
Why do you guess so?
Because to be honest, I don't know that part of the story, but they've been separated for a very long time.
When did he get his green card?
Uh, I think that was in 2012, I think.
So they weren't separated that long, if that's true. So what does he say about this? Why are you the one worrying about this? He's the one with the messed up immigration history.
So he's supposed to be here, but he's not home today. That's why I'm here. And I've been trying to get to talk to you for a while now. I keep coming and they don't call me. So when I
No
heard that you called me today, I was just like overly excited and I just wanted to do this.
worries, that's fine. So, um, are you worried that they're going to think that he had a secret relationship with you the whole time he was married to the U.S. citizen? Because that's what I'm worried about.
I think I'm worried about that, even though the lady knew that he had a child at the time when he did. She knew
So,
about it.
yeah. So okay. So that's a good thing. So or a good thing to talk about. So when he had the child with you, he was still married to her.
Yes.
Were they separated?
Yes, they were.
So the U.S. government's going to think that your husband had two wives, you and her,
Hmm.
and they're not going to like that, and they're going to do a deep dive. So if you had come to me before you filed this case,
Mm-hmm.
I would have said I would have asked lots of questions to you and lots of questions to your husband,
Mm-hmm.
but I would most importantly have done a Freedom of Information Act request for his entire immigration history because I think his history is probably messy, and I bet he got immigration benefits without them knowing that he was having children with women that weren't his wife.
Hmm.
And if that's true, if there's anything that he hid from them, like so here's the thing. So on situations like this, whenever you don't tell the government something important about your marital status or children's status, the reason they always ask you those questions is because if you don't tell them about that, that does what's called cut off a line of inquiry. So in other words, let's say the thing I'm most worried about is that the kid's not listed on his N400 or that the kid wasn't listed on a green card application, depending on how old they are. So if let's look at it two different ways. Let's say if he had told them about the kid, if he didn't tell them about the kid. If he had told them about the kid, they would have asked about, well, who's that kid's mother? What kind of relationship are you having? Do you have two wives? Are you married to one person here and one person there?
Mhm.
And because he didn't tell them about the kid, he cut off that line of inquiry. And then they would say, if we had known about all that, we wouldn't have either given him his 2-year green card, his 10-year green card, or his citizenship. So the problem is that you filing for immigration benefits based on your marriage to this man is going to reopen his whole case for fair game. And if they think he lied to them about something, then not only are you not going to get your green card, but he's going to get denaturalized. They're like looking for these kinds of cases because they think every immigrant lies to them and every immigrant is a fraud, and that the Biden people were way too soft on fraud and
Mm-hmm.
illegal immigration. So I'm a little worried for all of you. I would have strongly suggested tracking down his whole file, all of his immigration paperwork, before we ever filed for you. I talk about this on the show a lot.
So what do you suggest I do at this point, Jim?
Well, I think that somebody needs to get his whole immigration file. Like, did he have lawyers helping him with the prior applications?
When it was, yes.
Okay.
He used the lawyer.
He needs to track down those files from those old attorneys, or you do, and he needs to do a Freedom of Information Act request. He could do that today at G639 and say, send me a CD with all my immigration paperwork, everything that I've ever filed. And then you have to do a timeline and see, because if you said you're pretty sure he listed the kid on the N400, I bet he did.
Yes, when he was doing his I think when he was doing his naturalization, he did.
I
Yes.
think he didn't. because otherwise they wouldn't have given him his citizenship. They would everything would have unraveled, and they would have said, "Oh, your real wife's back in Nigeria with your kid, and your fake wife is here, and you just married her to get a green card." So I don't
Mm.
think he did. I don't know for sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I think.
So you said the form to request the immigration process is G639.
Correct. And you can do it online for free.
Okay, so this goes to USCIS, right?
Yeah, just type in USCIS G639. You just fill it out right there.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, if you need our help, let me know, Tammy.
Okay, yes. So how do I get to reach your office? That I don't know how
Yeah,
to.
it's right there on the bottom. Info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. And I, yeah, I mean, I think I could get it out of your husband pretty quickly. We could, if I talk to your husband, I would know pretty quickly how much trouble we're in, I think, if he's honest.
Oh, sure, sure he will. Sure he will.
Okay, thanks.
So can I also reach you on this WhatsApp number so maybe he can talk to you and we can go from there?
Yeah, WhatsApp works. It just no one will get back to you till tomorrow because that's
That's
stalled.
okay. I
Yeah,
know it's a working day tomorrow. Okay.
awesome.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much. And it
Okay,
was so nice hearing from you today.
for sure. You too. Bye bye.
Bye.
FOIA is your best friend, people. FOIA is your best friend. Yes, they still use CDs, David. I think. Carol, don't they still use CDs when they send you your FOIA? Carol, you know better than me, but I think so. Carolina says, I'm so not a morning person. I-751 Solo, hello.
Hey, Uncle Jim, how are you?
Oh, good, buddy. Oh, it's got to be quick because we spent a lot of time talking. Is there something new to talk about?
Yeah, I'll be really quick. We spoke, spouse and I spoke yesterday. So we're rolling ahead with the divorce papers coming. We're going to sign them. And then on the same day, I'm hiring you. The separation agreement is going to show how much I'm going to pay her out of this marriage. Does the divorce decree show that too? Will USCIS want to know that? Will that be looked at negatively?
I don't think so.
Okay. And then last question. Once the divorce papers are signed and I hire you, how do we inform USCIS straight away that, hey, a divorce is happening? Like, do we send them a notice first and then the 751 application later, the solo, or how does that work?
No, that we would prefer to file a new 751, and then once that's receipted, notify them and then tell them, hey, he's got two pending, one based that was filed jointly, one that's filed separately, and now we don't even withdraw the old one just because that could trigger things with them. So we just leave it out there. We tell them, but we don't withdraw the first one.
So we don't send an individual letter to them saying, hey, a divorce is filed. No, we send them the 751 application along with all the evidence at the same shot within maybe a month after I hire you, correct?
Yeah, and then once we have the receipt for the new 751, then we tell them that, hey, just so you know, this guy has another one that's still pending. We're ready to proceed whenever you are, like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does. Okay. My only fear is they approve it without an interview during that small time gap of the 1 month, but it's very unlikely.
That's never happened to us. It did happen to someone though on the show the other day, but that's never happened to us.
Okay.
All right.
That's all I had, Jim. Thank you so much.
Peace, brother.
Take care.
David says, I've not had access to a CD player for years. Well, you got a bunch of old computers in our office, David. They're in storage, most of them. I don't know. Carolina, does yours have a CD player? I guess some of the people on PCs still have CD players. Billy, hello. Where have you been, darling Billy? Billy, you're on mute.
Hey, yes, yes.
How are you?
Hey, Jimmy. Good. Thank you very much. Quick question. I had filed I-824 for my wife when I received my green card, and finally we got the interview, and she's coming tomorrow. But
Tomorrow, that's good news.
thank you very much. Yes, we were very excited. It was a very long process, but we also had filed I-130 in parallel because we were told that I-824s, uh, they play around a lot with the I-824s, and sometimes they don't. They take way longer than it should. So I still have a pending I-130. What do we do with that? Do we?
Nothing. Not a thing.
Nothing. Okay. It just disappears.
Well, I wouldn't say it just disappears. I would say if they ever ask you about it, then you notify them, hey, yo, she's already here. She has her green card, so we don't need this case anymore. But I wouldn't do anything until then.
Okay, perfect. So let it be whatever it is. All right, perfect.
Exactly.
Perfect. That's all. Thank you so much. I
Bye, Billy.
appreciate
Have
that.
fun tomorrow.
Yep. Thanks. Thanks.
All right, we're going to go to awaiting 45, then Priyanka. Awaiting 45, hello.
Hi, Jim. Good morning.
Good
Thank you
morning.
so much for all that you've been doing. I've been looking at this show for so long, and only today I decided to, let me get on and ask my question. But thank you so, so much. Thank you so, so much for all the advice that you've been given.
You're welcome.
My question, I've been going the immigration journey a while. First, I was just giving you a short synopsis. I would have been, my grandmother would have filed for my mother. And when I waited all that time, and then when my time came through, I was aged out. Anyhow, long short story short, my mom came here and she would have filed, and I would have gotten approved. My I-130 would have gotten approved 2021. Um, I came to America this January, and I filed adjustment of status. I got work permit and I got a social. I'm awaiting the adjustment of status for the green card. Um, while I was waiting, I received an email from the embassy back because I'm from Guyana. I received an email from Guyana's embassy for an interview, which was September 29th. I was so crushed about that because I did not file for the travel authorization. And after waiting so long, I was like, oh my God, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
I didn't bother to travel because, it was like a 50-50 and I didn't want to, put myself in that position. So now I'm on the wait, continue waiting. And my question is, how do I know, um, how long to expect the green card?
So, just to be clear, so when did mom file the I-130 for you?
2016, September 22nd, 2016.
Okay, perfect. And so, when you didn't go to the embassy for your interview, did you notify them that you were in the United States and that you had applied for adjustment of status?
Yes, I kept doing that through the public inquiry. I called. They just kept responding saying, your file is already in their hands, so they can't do anything. That's what they kept saying. Yes.
Okay.
So I have record that I did do the necessary in the public inquiry.
Wait, so you have written proof that you told them?
Pardon?
You have written proof that you told them?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And when did your I-130 priority date become current? Do you know that?
Um, it became current this year, or last year. No, I
Well,
can't
was it current when you
remember.
entered the United States, or did it come current after you were in the United States?
After I entered the United States.
Okay. And so when did you enter, and how long after you entered did you file the 45?
Oh, I listened your stuff and I did follow. I did it. I came January and I filed it in May.
Okay. So you have to understand that USCIS frontline officers probably will handle an F2B adjustment, which is what you have, right? An unmarried daughter of a green card holder, right?
No, I'm not married. I'm not married.
Yeah, but your mom's a green card holder.
When she filed initially, but when we did the adjustment, we adjusted her status to citizen.
Okay. So that's probably, when did that happen?
in May when we did the adjustment of status.
Okay, it's not adjustment status. You mean when she naturalized?
No, she naturalized. She naturalized like 2 or 3 years ago, but
Okay,
we updated the application with the adjustment.
with the change to citizenship.
Yes.
Okay, I want to show you something so that you understand. Okay,
Okay.
so that was probably a mistake. Share screen, visa bulletin. Okay, so probably not much of a mistake though. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so yeah, we're okay. So this is the visa bulletin for November of 2025, and that's the final action date down there on the bottom. So you were in the F2B category, and you said your priority date is September of 2016, right?
Yes.
So you're past that both in the F1, which is the um, child of a U.S. citizen, adult child of a U.S. citizen, um,
Oh,
the unmarried daughter of a U.S. citizen, I should say. So you're current either way. So they could, if they want to, they could give you a green card right now, right? But what I was going
okay.
to say is a frontline immigration officer who has a 20-year career will probably handle 2 or 3 or 4 F1 or F2B adjustment of status cases. Does that make sense? It's very rare that someone would be in the United States seeking adjustment. 99 times out of 100, the person in your shoes is overseas and going to that interview in Guyana, right?
Okay. I must tell you that on the account, the U is that a USCIS account? Yes. They have, I follow it, and they have the different steps, right? So at present, I would have, since I've done the adjustment, I would have had to go and do the biometrics, and thereafter I followed the account, and they skipped the interview. It has now approved, but I didn't go for any interview. So now it's just at the stage of awaiting decision.
You didn't do anything wrong. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I'm just saying that their systems aren't built to give you a green card as they are for the spouse of a U.S. citizen. That's what I'm trying to say. In other words, this is sort of a rare thing. It's probably going to take a smarter person to figure it out, like a supervisor, to understand, can I give this lady a green card or not? Like, what questions do I ask her? Like, they don't handle these kinds of cases but once or twice in their whole career. So that's why
Oh,
they're sitting on your case, because the confused mind takes no action. So
okay.
if I'm right, probably it might just be that they don't do these cases as fast as spouse cases. I mean, it's only been since May, so you're only talking 5 months. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't even really start to worry until May of next year. I think you're fine and you're just waiting.
Okay, because on the account it has estimated
Yeah.
60 months.
That's not going to be 60 months, but the estimated time, that's all bullshit. Don't worry about that. Just listen to
Okay.
me. Listen to me and know that if you don't have a decision by May of next year, then we probably need to sue them or get smarter people involved, because they just don't know what to do, and the system, like I said, is not ready for it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Do you have your work
So
card?
yes, I do. I have
Yeah,
the
then
work authorized.
you're just chilling.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Thank
Good
you so
work.
much, Jim.
Yep.
Thank you.
Very close. Priyanka, hello.
Hello, Jim. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Thank you
Oh,
so
Priyanka,
much.
we don't put anybody on camera anymore, sweetheart.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You're fine. It's for you, not for me.
Yes. Hello, Jim. Good morning. I hope you remember me, but
I do.
anyway,
I do
yes,
remember you. Yes.
yes.
How are you
Thank
doing?
you. I'm doing good, thank you. So I came to USA in 2023 in December from as K1 visa, and we did adjustment of status, and I got my EAD and green card in 2024.
Great.
Actually, my EAD is valid until 2029. On 1st of November, that is yesterday, I got an email from USCIS stating that the status has changed. And when I
Something happened. Let's see if she can get her. I don't know what happened. Is it me? I don't think it's me. Let me know in the comments if you can still hear me. I don't know what happened to Priyanka. Oh, yes. I got to share some good news. Yeah. Can you guys still hear me? Somebody let me know in the comments if I'm still live. Hello, TikTok people. How do you manage how the guest works? People live is good on TikTok. You got to come over to YouTube and ask me a question over there. I might be down in YouTube, though. Thank you, TikTok people. Okay. I'm still good on YouTube as well. All right. I'm going to take Priyanka out. Go to Sam. Hello, Sam. You're on mute, Sam.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, thank you so much for doing this. I just have a question. I kind of have a complicating case. So I
Okay.
came to the United States in 1998. I was 5 years old. I found out my immigration status at the age of like 28 because my parents just did all the documents, but turns out I was brought in, I guess, illegally. And in 2010, I obtained TPS status.
Okay.
I've had TPS status my whole life, and TPS status is set to expire. My lawyer did a FAWA in 2017, or I mean, yeah, 2017. We did a FAWA. That's when I found everything out, like my whole status, because I got married to a U.S. citizen, and we were going to start the process, and that's when they realized with the FAWA, like, hey, you have no entry date. So we did a
Smart lawyer.
FAWA. We did the FAWA, and it's been a whole, it's crazy just trying to figure out information. So we did a I-130 that's been approved. We sent it to the National Visa Center, and we recently have our I-601A waiver that we're trying to get sent out, should be sent out tomorrow or this week. But in the meantime, TPS is set to expire soon. So we sent out an asylum application this September. We recently sent it out, and I just did fingerprints this Friday. My only concern is, since I've been in America for so long, asylum has that 1 year rule. But my lawyer was saying I should be able to somewhat bypass that because I've had status since I was under 18. I got
That's the
status
hope.
when I
Yep.
was, yeah, I
That's
had
the hope.
status at 17, and I've had it ever since. And now, since I'm about to lose status, that can, I guess, mediate that factor that it's a change of condition. So I guess the 1 year rule does help somewhat. I just don't know what my other options was because I was going to think about DACA, but the other thing is when I looked at the USCIS website, it says that you have to have never had lawful status on or before June 15th, 2012. And the wording there is kind of confusing, so I feel like I don't, because my lawyer's like, oh, maybe you do qualify, maybe you don't. And they're trying to investigate themselves, but the wording is just confusing. And I had TPS since June 2010. So that's why I'm confused. I'm like, I don't even know what I qualify for, what I don't.
Well, I mean, right now they're not taking new DACA applications. Hopefully they will soon because of
Yeah.
this. But right now they're not. But if they are, if they open it back up, you absolutely should apply. Let them tell you you're not qualified. Don't assume that you're not qualified.
Okay.
You could argue that TPS is an actual status. It's just, it's barely status. So, and plus it's going away. So, but the bigger question I have, I'm worried about the asylum case. What country are you from?
Haiti.
Why do you fear going back to Haiti?
Well, when I was there as a child, I was abused. My parents weren't in Haiti. My parents left me and came to America. So they left me with my grandma. And so as a child, I had a lot going on with me. So it was actually someone in the neighborhood that got me and brought me to America to my parents. So my parents didn't actually bring me. They were just trying to save me from the situation I was in Haiti.
I'm sorry that
And s-
happened. I'm sorry that happened.
thank you.
Asylum wise, though, that's sort of ancient history. Why is it not safe for you to go back now? And I'm not being insensitive.
Hmm.
I'm pretending I'm an asylum officer, and I wouldn't want to screw up a 601A waiver and a strong marriage case by filing a BS asylum case.
Okay, because my lawyers were saying, because when I was there, most of the reason a lot of the things were happening was due to the fact that my parents were in America, they were U.S. citizens, so I was getting tortured, beat up, and everything due to the
But what year
like
was
the that was before I came to the United States in 1998 because they
that?
were they
What
was
what
sorry.
relevance does that have to whether you could live in Haiti now safely in 2025?
Well, right now, with everything going on in Haiti and the situation where there's kidnappings, rapes, tortures of women, and the fact that I'm married to a U.S. citizen, a white American, it's perceived as you have status. So the chances of kidnappings, rape, and everything is so much more higher than if it was just me, it would be different. They may not assume I have, the money, but the chances of getting kidnapped, held for ransom are like 10 times higher
But why would they do that to you?
because of the fact that I'm married to a US citizen, a white US citizen. They perceive it. Growing up, that's all you ever heard. If you were a American, or you have American, so you must have money. So that's why things would happen, like the kidnappings.
So, um, I assume you worked on the asylum application with your lawyers, right?
Correct.
So when you apply for asylum, you have to say that the reason that I am seeking asylum is because of my race or my religion or
Mm-hmm.
my political opinion, my nationality, or what's called my membership in a particular social group. So that's sort of like a catch all for sort of recognized groups around the world, like let's say transgender people who can't go back to Afghanistan, right?
Yes. Yes.
So unfortunately, our asylum laws don't allow for people to get asylum because bad things are happening in those countries. You only get asylum because bad things are going to happen to you because of one of those five protected reasons. So
Mhm.
what's the just saying things are crazy, and do I think that a a Trump asylum officer or I'm not worried so much about. I don't think you're ever going to have your asylum case heard. Probably what I'm worried about is that they're going to say you filed something frivolous because you didn't tie it to a recognized particular social group, and therefore, if you file a frivolous asylum claim, then you can't get a green card based on marriage.
Oh, okay. So I
Because
need to.
your lawyer, you don't just file asylum because TPS is running out. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yes. That I just need to get a better understanding of where like my lawyers were coming from.
And when did you marry your U.S. citizen?
Since 2000, yeah, 2017. And we got the I-130 approved in
When?
2022. We
Why?
were
Why?
going to,
Hold on, hold on.
sorry.
Why did you waste all of Joe Biden's presidency? Why? Why did
Oh,
it take 5 years to get your I-130 approved, or did you not file it right away?
yeah. So the only issue was the person that filed it for us originally, not our new lawyers. They just messed almost everything up. They were just putting in information that was incorrect. Just like, oh, you don't need exact dates of your parents. Just give me an estimate. Everything was done wrong. So that was the
Like a fake lawyer, like a notario.
you know, like one of those people. Because growing up, I guess that's what my issue was when my parents were doing all of my applications. This I was a child at the time, in middle school. I didn't know the immigration system. This person was just telling them like, put because when we did the FAWA, I had one entry date, and then not entry date. When my parents tried to do adjustment of status for me, they put one date, and then on the next they put another date where the month was different, and then on the next they put another date where the whole year was different. So we had three different dates we were trying to. So it was just like more trying to come out of that hole that we were in that he caused. So we were going to do the parolee in place, but then the conditions happened in Haiti where trying to get a passport was just not happening. It took forever just for me to get a passport so I can use the Pearly place. And then by then it was just too late.
This
So it's
keeps
kind
getting
of like,
this case keeps getting worse. So, just for the record, I asked you was it a fake lawyer who filled out this paperwork, the original I-130? And I think you're saying yes, but you didn't really answer my question. You told me lots of other stuff, which is
Uh,
important, and I'm glad you told me, but I don't know the answer to my question.
so I don't know if he wasn't really a lawyer. There were, because sorry, he passed away already. It wasn't a lawyer. It was, well, I don't believe he was a lawyer. It was just like in communities, in the Haitian communities, they have people that fill out paperwork for you. I
Those are
wouldn't.
notarios. Yeah, those are
What?
called notarios.
Oh,
So,
okay. I didn't know the name. Sorry.
so here's the big question then, because now you've thrown shade on your entry, and now I'm worried about your entry too. So, as we sit here today
Hmm.
on November 2nd, 2025, how
Hmm.
do you believe you entered the United States?
I believe I entered through the airplane. I remember getting on an airplane, like just blurry, blurb. I remember getting on the airplane to come here. That I remember. The only way I have an entry date, and it was the first original one that my parents filed for me because I started school soon after, and found the paperwork of when I started school. So that's
But
the only way I.
these are all dates just pulled out of your parents' ass. We don't have any confirmed government proof that you actually legally entered the country, right?
Yeah, correct.
Which is why you need the 601A waiver.
Correct. That's what I did. And then also drafted a form to explain a lot of the different dates and what could have possibly happened.
What does that mean? What do you mean you drafted a form? That sounds
Well,
terrible.
my lawyers with the 601A waiver, they said I needed to, because they found out with with the FAWA as they were drafting thing. There's three dates here. Which date is the correct one? 'Cause you need to put one. You can't just put random dates. And I needed to.
This is really interesting because clearly, most likely, you need a 601A waiver. I think that's true. And but almost every single time you file for a 601A waiver, you do know when and how the person entered. Now, some kids who get brought across the border don't always know, and there might not be parents around to tell them, but it is extremely unusual for there to be this lack of clarity regarding your entry. And I think that the 601A waiver might clear up the need for an entry without inspection, but I still think they're going to get really, really, really hung up on how did you actually enter the country? Like, did you use someone else's passport, like my friend David just pointed out, or
Mhm.
did you get snuck in? I think that's probably what happened. Probably what happened is they found some other 5-year-old kid or however old you were,
Yeah.
and you got that kid's passport, and they probably had a little side hustle bringing little kids from Haiti.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think this is a huge mess of a case, and I think the
Yeah.
asylum part just made it a whole lot worse. And we lost a shitload of time, and we lost 4 years of ICE counsel trying to help us. Now we're going to have 4 years of ICE counsel trying to fuck us.
Yeah, I don't know what I qualify for.
And what's your parents' fucking problem? What in the hell were they doing with their kid?
I have no idea. Till this day, I don't know my information because they're just like oblivious to it. I honestly, I'm just trying to get everything fixed.
I know, sweetheart. I know you are. You didn't do anything wrong. That's for sure. Um, so I know you're upset, so I'm sorry. With the three dates, how did you sift through and I mean, I think this all impacts to whether you are who you say you are.
The only way I got the real date is because I had my school registration. Because with the state of Florida, you had to get like your vaccinations and those.
So, so
Those were the dates I had.
the other fake entry dates were after the school vaccination.
Correct.
But we still, I mean, fair to say, we still don't know 100% that the one date before the vaccination is the actual right date. And you said you did FOIA for CBP and everything else, and you can't find anything.
Correct.
Okay. So are your parents still alive?
Correct.
You
Yeah.
talk to them?
Yeah, I talked to them, but I've tried. Just if I could have gotten the answer, I would have been done it.
Well, who do they
Is it-
say? Do they? You don't say the person's name, but do they name a particular person who brought you?
No, they won't because they're like, well, no one wants to get involved, with legalities and everything. So I don't even. Oh,
Your parents are failing you, sweetheart.
I know. And the thing is, their immigration status is still pending as well. But it's because, like I said, growing up, they were going to different, like whatever you call them, the guy that wasn't
We,
a real lawyer.
we just call them fake lawyers. It's just the easy.
Okay, yeah.
There's always
Apparently, he was a fake.
there's always somebody from back home who speaks the language who knows a little bit more than everybody else and charges $500 to fill out forms.
Yeah, that's when I stopped going because we filed a form and he asked for my spouse's, like when we're doing the adjustment status, like his mom's date of birth. And he was like, April. He's like, hold on, let me get the date. It's like, it's April 9th, but he was like, April. He's like, it doesn't matter. Just give me a date. Like, is it the first of the month, the end of the month? And he would just like, give me a random date. And I was like, this is immigration paperwork. You can't just give a random date. Like, so then I guess that's what happened to my parents. They were just like, this guy just like, just give me a date. And they're like estimating and he's just filing everything within a day. And then it kind of bites you in the butt in the long term. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Sam. Sorry, kiddo.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Nice lady. Wow. She's sure her parents are her parents. What were we talking about the other day? Putting a jacket on somebody. I hope that everyone listening to that, I mean, obviously there's lots of takeaways from that last call, and it's very sad. And of course, what did she do? She just got brought on a plane. I thought she said her parents were U.S. citizens at some point, but then it sounds like they're actually looking for their own immigration status. I hope that discussion of how the notario just said, "Oh, just give me a date, any date will do. Pick a card, any card you like." I hope that resonates with people and makes you wonder about how you're selecting the person that helps you with your immigration, lawyer or not. I mean, if somebody's saying it don't matter what date you pick, just pick one. We just need to fill out the forms. I mean, those people really screwed her over, and her parents really screwed her over. I'm not even going to talk that much about the parents, but man, that's some cold shit. Papaya, hello.
Hi, Jim.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. I was I wasn't expecting you to call me soon, but yeah, thank you.
You want to come back?
No, I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay. I was putting down stuff, but I don't know if you remember me, but I'm pretty sure it's fine. But I have called on your show a few times. I'm originally from Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a quick backstory. I was in the US on a J1, did my time, and then I came back home, did my 2 years. But while I was in the US, I met my wife, and we got married when I moved back to Ghana, and she visited, and then we eloped. And then, yeah, we dating, and then we got our I-130 approved this year in June. But then around the time, I was also wrapping up with my 2-year home residency, and I was looking for other things to do. And so I decided to get a second master's in the UK. So I did actually do a move to the UK. So I did a move to the UK, but I didn't fill so I called you. I think I've called you a few times about this. I didn't, I didn't fill my DS260 submitted or did anything until I moved to the UK, and I did everything there. So I remember, I remember reaching out to you saying I got my case number changed after I submitted the DS260. And so I'm calling with some good news. I don't know if it's good news, but I got documentarily qualified on Friday, on the 30th. Yeah, great. But I got email on Friday. So I don't know if it's good news that being documentarily qualified, because, there's all this new legislation rule about the residency, but I was able to prove my residency to them. I got the first document rejected, my first document for proof of residency was rejected by NVC. I did submit my visa and then some tenancy agreement and stuff, and then they rejected it. And so then my lawyer.
They said it wasn't enough.
Oh, I just got a generic email that said it was missing or incomplete.
Got it.
And then they asked me to go check the visa reciprocity table for the UK. However, on the UK, there's barely any information there for like even legal permanent residents in the UK. So it was very difficult. I didn't know what to do. But eventually, my in the UK, they've switched from using sticker vignettes to now issuing digital visas, so an e-visa.
Mhm.
So I think maybe NVC wasn't familiar with that, because what I had was a digital visa. But what I did was I sent them my entry stamp to show that I actually am present in the country I have entered, and then
Right.
also a couple of my e-visa. So
Smart.
yeah. So after that, a week later, they did accept. So I got an email saying, "Oh, I'm documentarily qualified." However, when I did log into CAC, I still get the note saying documentarily qualified. However, my civil documents still say submitted. The proof of residency, legal residency in the UK was initially rejected. However, now it says accepted. The only thing that isn't accepted, quote unquote, is my J1 document, because as part of my required documents, they asked me to submit documentation for my J1 visa. So what I did was I submitted my DS 260. Now, mind you,
DS 2019.
sorry, yeah, DS 2019. Sorry. Now, mind you, the DS 2019, I got two DS 2019s because I got an extension while I was in the UK, in the US. Sorry. So
Okay.
I put all of them together and I uploaded that. And then in the other documents, in the other section, I added my CBP history, like when I left and when I entered. And I also attached my J1 visa that was issued to me by the US government earlier on in the others tab. Because and then those two got accepted, but then the DS 2019 didn't get accepted. It just had submitted over there. It's not rejected, it's not accepted. And so my civil documents tab shows DS 260 completed, civil documents submitted, but I'm still documentarily qualified. So it's, first of all, my first question is, should I be worried?
No, I think you're good. I think everything sounds great.
Okay. And so what I saw that I was worried, I went down on a wormhole. I like to research things because
It makes me feel better, and I'm a researcher.
Yeah, so I went down a wormhole, and basically the outcome of my research is that maybe they left it open so that the consular officer at the embassy could ask questions about it, which seems right, because the State Department would want to know if I actually did serve my 2-year home residency now that I'm doing it in a third country, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you think that is right? Do you think that that is a very fair conclusion?
Yeah. Do you have a full 2 years in Ghana?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I do.
I think I'm not worried. I'm not worried about one thing that you said.
Okay. So how do I prove to the consular officer? I want to get prepared. So I'm starting to get a binder ready for my I'm starting to get a binder ready for all of the documents I would need to submit for my interview, because I don't want to be put into administrative processing. But how do I prepare documents to prove that I actually did spend time in Ghana? But I did. But the only thing I did was in July last year, I came to the UK for a holiday with my wife. For the summer break. It was from the 1st of July to the 9th of July. And I was in the UK. It was strictly just for holiday, just to have fun. And I came back to Ghana. Would that affect that? Does that break the 2-year residency?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Aside that, I never left the country. I was in the country. So can you please give me some examples of proof I can start?
Where did you live?
I lived in Ghana. I lived in Accra.
Right. A house, an apartment, a lease?
Oh, I was living with my parents. When I moved back, I decided to move in with my parents.
Okay. So
So
affidavits from your parents, all of your travel records, any bills you paid, accounts you had, cell phone records, everything. Just it's almost like proving that you lived in America. You know what I mean, or that you have a
yeah,
marriage in America. So
yeah.
I'm not
So
worried about that.
so evidence for my parents, what would that look like?
Like an affidavit that So Papaya moved back from the United States and moved in with us in Ghana on February 2nd, 2023. He lived with us all the way up until he moved to England to do his second master's, and he left Ghana on February 3rd, February 5th, 2025, like that.
Fantastic. I also did a few courses or programs in Ghana while I was there. Do that also count?
Yeah, everything.
Everything. Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically everything that I wanted to say. I just wanted to say thank you. I know it's been scary for like a lot of people, but yeah, hopefully we'll all navigate this and be great. Yeah.
Thank you, Papaya. Have a good day.
You too. You too.
I do have some the best of news, I would say, the best of news. And luckily, Craig asked me right when I was going to bring it up. So yesterday, I emailed Ryan and Lewis to check on Donna. And Ryan says that Donna is alive. So we're all very grateful for that. He couldn't talk to her because the internet was so bad, but she kept trying to call him and he knew it was her. I guess he was able to hear a little of her. So Donna is good. I'm sure Melissa isn't good, and that there's been a lot of damage and stuff in Jamaica. So we keep another prayer out for everybody. But Donna is alive and well, so that's good. Well, I don't know if she's well, but she's alive. So also, Dammy, we had a hell of a Haiti case right before you got on. So you should go back and listen to that one. I think you'll find it very interesting. It's a very sad case. Woman's name was Sam, probably at about the 40-minute mark or so of today's show. Yeah, we're all happy that Donna is good. So speaking of good, let's go to Good News Jim. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Good morning, Jim. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Good. So we talk on Thursday. This is Kevin, the guy from Connecticut.
Hi, buddy.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing well.
So I just want to let you know that I remember that I told you about the interview, how it went and everything.
Yeah.
So everything got approved the next day. So
nice.
I'm a
Good
green
job, bro.
now. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Thank you. I just wanna say thank you to everyone in here. Like it's been really long. I mean, it hasn't been that long because so my timeline is literally 6 months. Literally 6 months.
Start to finish.
Start to finish, yeah. So I got married on March, apply on April, and then I got my interview on October 30th, and then the next day everything got approved after being 10 years in the U.S.
Take that, Joe Biden sitting on cases for 2.5 fucking years. I mean, there's
I
I
was worried about that. And even my lawyer at the very beginning, he told me like, look, it's gonna take a year. With Trump, we think it's gonna take even longer.
Yeah.
But now getting
Opposite.
everything in 6 months, it's just crazy. Yeah.
Thanks, Kev. Have a great day, buddy. Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Bye.
For sure. All right. Let's see if Priyanka's got her audio back. Priyanka, you there?
Yes, Jim, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Sorry for last time. So I did. What am I saying was I came to United States in 2023 on K-1 visa, and did adjustment of status, got EAD and green card in 2024. My EAD is valid until 2029. So on 1st of November, which is yesterday, I got an email from USCIS stating that status has changed, and it said that card was produced for my EAD. But I haven't gotten any card, but I have already have my EAD card until 2029. So why did it say that? And why I have changed my address too in May, both my husband and I. My husband had gotten his confirmation with the address, but I did not. I called USCIS, but the common thing was going with the automatic reply, and I was unable to talk with any representative. So What
Just
does
to be
that
clear,
mean?
you already have your work card.
Yes, I do.
And after you got your work card, you got a notice about your work card being approved or the card issued, right?
Yes, which I got that notification by email yesterday.
Yeah,
But when I went to
but
the case, it said that card was produced in August of 2025.
is that true? Is that when you got it?
No, I got it in 2024.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about this too much. It's just
Okay.
they make mistakes on that kind of stuff all the time. I wouldn't be. Is that all you're worried about?
Yes, I'm worried about that.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Okay, so can I just ignore it, or can I call USCIS to check with
If that's
why
gonna make
did...
if that's gonna make you feel better, yes, but I don't think you're ever gonna get an answer that doesn't make you worried.
Okay, so I mean, when they said like card was produced, do I have to expect like any other card?
I don't think so.
Okay, so can I resend my address change like AR11 to USCIS again?
Sure.
I already did in May, but it doesn't gonna hurt if I'm going to send it again, right?
Right.
Okay, that is it, Jim. I have to apply for my 10-year green card next year, March, actually. So with the current government, can we expect interview for the green card?
Yes.
Okay, do you have like any recommendations?
Such as?
Yeah, such as like how to prepare and
That's what my entire YouTube channel is devoted to. I've got hundreds of videos on that. The only other thing I would add is get a box, put it by your mailbox, and whenever you get mail, throw it in there, and then you'll have a stack of stuff to scan in and send to them when you have to go in for your 751 interview.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Jim. That's all I got.
Have a good day.
So I don't have to worry about it, right?
I wouldn't worry about it at all.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Yeah, their systems are all jacked up. N400 tomorrow. Hello.
Hey, so I have a question. I have my N400 interview tomorrow. I previously had a lawyer who was going to come, but on Friday evening he phoned and said he's not going to. So I know. Yeah, so I'm not too sure what to do. Like I guess there's not. I'm just. What do you think? I guess.
Did he prepare you for the interview ahead of time?
Yeah, we did a call. So
But like, did he do a mock interview? Like, did he tell you everything that's going to happen?
He said some things were going to happen. We did not do a mock.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. All right. So my name is Officer Hacking. Thanks for coming in today. Before we get started, can I see a copy of your green card and your driver's license?
Yes, here it is.
Thank you. Is this address on your driver's license the correct address?
Yes, it is correct.
Okay, great. How are you doing today?
Doing good, thanks. How are you?
Awesome. So this is just between you and me. I'm gonna use the new one because I don't have the old one. Well, I probably have the old one, but I can't show it on screen. Okay, so let me pull it up. Form N400. All right. So here, let me pull it up. I'm going to ask you, what's your full legal name, but don't say what your full legal name is, okay?
Sure.
And then I'm going to ask you your address. Okay, so I like to get started by giving you the test. So is it okay if we start with the test? So I'm going to give you a statement, and then you need to write it down on the iPad, okay?
Okay.
Well, actually, first I'm going to have you read something, and it says, who lives in the White House? And then I'm going to have you write on the iPad, the president lives in the White House. So you're going to knock that out, and then I'm going to give you the test. So you applied under the old rule, so you have to get 6 right out of 10, okay?
Okay.
Name one right in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Name one state that borders Canada.
New York.
If the president and vice president can't serve, who serves as president?
Speaker of the House.
We elect a senator for how many years?
6 years.
What happened on September 11th, 2001?
United States was attacked by terrorists.
And who is the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court?
John Roberts.
Yeah, all right, you passed. So that's great. So now we're just going to go over your admissibility questions or your naturalization questions. Do you wish to change your name?
No, I don't.
How long have you been a lawful permanent resident?
6 years.
Okay, and how did you get your green card?
National interest waiver.
Nice. Have you moved at all in the last 5 years?
No.
Okay. So then you have the same address for 5 years. Then they'll ask you where do you work and what jobs you've had like over the last 5 years. You'll go over those. Are you single, never married, married, divorced, widowed, separated, or what?
Married.
Okay, and are you current? Okay, so what is your spouse's immigration status?
It was green card. Now it's USC.
Oh, so they got their citizenship before you did.
Yes.
Did they get their green card through your national interest waiver?
No, some other way.
Okay, and do you have kids?
No.
No kids. Okay, great. Okay. Have you taken any trips outside of the United States in the last 5 years that lasted more than 6 months?
No.
When was the last time you entered the United States?
July this year.
Okay, and then they'll probably go over all of your trips where you went, okay?
Okay.
Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or in any other way?
No.
Have you ever registered to vote or voted in any federal, state, or local election?
No.
Do you currently owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes?
No.
You always pay your taxes?
Yes.
Since you became a lawful permanent resident, have you ever said I'm a non-resident alien on a tax return?
No.
Ever been a member of any communist party or totalitarian party anywhere in the world?
No.
There's this one officer in St. Louis who doesn't know how to say, she doesn't work there anymore. She didn't know how to say totalitarian. She would always say totalitarian. So you got to be ready for anything, okay?
Okay.
Have you ever advocated, supported, and promoted any of the following or been a member of any groups that opposed all organized government?
No.
World communism.
No.
The overthrow by force or violence of any government or by the government of the United States.
No.
Have you used a weapon or explosive with intent to harm another person or cause damage to property?
No.
Ever been involved in kidnapping, assassination, hijacking, sabotage?
No.
Have you ever threatened to do any of those kinds of things?
No.
Ever been involved in torture, genocide, or trying to kill someone?
No.
Intentionally and severely injuring someone?
No.
Any kind of sexual contact or activity with someone who did not consent?
No.
Not let someone practice their religion?
No.
Cause harm to someone because of their race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion?
No.
Ever served in the military?
No.
In the United States or anywhere in the world?
No.
Have you ever worked for a police unit?
No.
How about a paramilitary unit, self-defense unit, vigilante unit, rebel group, or guerrilla group?
No.
Have you ever worked, volunteered, or otherwise served in a place where people were detained, like a jail or prison camp?
No.
Ever been a part of a group or ever helped a group that used weapons against other people or threatened to do so?
No.
Ever sold, provided, or transported weapons or assisted any person in selling, providing, or transporting weapons?
No.
Have you had any kind of military weapons training, paramilitary training, or anything else like that?
No.
Have you ever recruited people under the age of 15 to serve in a military unit?
No.
Okay. Have you ever committed, agreed to commit, asked someone else to commit, helped commit, or tried to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested?
No.
Ever been arrested, cited, detained, or confined by law enforcement?
No.
Ever been engaged in prostitution?
No.
Drug dealer?
No.
Married more than one person at the same time?
No.
Married someone to get an immigration benefit?
No.
Helped anyone enter the United States illegally?
No.
Gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling?
No.
Failed to support your dependents?
No.
Made any misrepresentations to obtain a public benefit in the United States?
No.
Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading?
No.
Ever lied to a U.S. government official to gain entry or admission into the United States or to gain immigration benefits while in the United States?
No.
Have you ever been in removal, rescission, or deportation proceedings?
No.
Have you ever been removed or deported from the United States?
No.
How old were you when you got your green card?
I think
Over or under 26?
over 26.
That's all we need to know. Have you ever left the United States to avoid being drafted in the U.S. Armed Forces?
No.
Are you currently in the U.S. Armed Forces?
No.
Ever been court-martialed or kicked out of the armed forces?
No.
Do you have any kind of hereditary title or order of nobility in any foreign country?
No.
Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States?
Yes.
Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes.
Are you unable to take the oath because of some disability?
No.
Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes.
If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States?
Yes.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces?
Yes.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction?
Yes.
And what does it mean to you to be a good U.S. citizen?
Support the U.S. Constitution, support the United States, be a good member of society.
When you said you got your green card through the national interest waiver, I was like, "Oh, this guy's gonna have an easy day tomorrow." So I think you're in great shape, and I think now you're ready, and I think you'll be okay without your attorney. I wish your attorney was going with you, but it's okay.
Okay, great.
Will you let us know tomorrow how it goes, and we can add you to our list? Awesome.
Yes.
Thanks.
Will do.
All right. Good luck.
Yep.
That was fun. I actually like doing that. Laura says, have you checked out the new naturalization exam questions? Yeah, they made them harder. They took out what they thought were the easy ones, like some of the ones I asked them, actually, the First Amendment one and the states that border Canada or Mexico. Emma Fetula says, they ask you the same questions that on the Info 100. Yeah, they go down. I mean, some of the officers literally ask every single question. You can always tell how experienced an officer is by how many questions they ask. If they ask every question, they're usually newer. But hopefully that'll go okay. All right, let's go to Gabby. Hello, Gabby.
Hi, Jim. Thank you for doing this.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I have just a couple of questions. My company applied for the employment-based green card on October 7th, 2024. So
Okay.
the processing. So on October 8th of this year, they applied for my H-1B extension because my 6 years are up. They also applied for my husband's H-4 extension. So we received an RFE on October 28th. Well, we didn't receive it. I checked on the USCIS website and there's an RFE that they requested, but the lawyer said that they haven't received it yet. So I don't know exactly what the RFE is.
On your case, or the H-4?
For the H-1B.
Okay.
So my H-1B expired on Friday. Both of my husband's and I's I-94 admit until date is November 10th. Both our driver's license are expired and we can't renew them without an approval. So I have a couple questions here.
Okay.
Is it true that with the case number, because we both received the paper with the case number, is it true that with that we can legally stay in the U.S.?
Mhm.
And just with that receipt number, sorry, not case number, receipt number.
Yeah.
In the receipt number in the paperwork, it says this does not grant you legal status, so that's why we're confused. But the lawyer is saying just that it should be okay.
It is.
So it's okay if that's the only paperwork we have right now that grants us legal status. Or
Yeah. Is anybody paying for premium processing?
yes, it's with premium processing.
Good.
We
Yeah.
premium processing, and I guess now if we send out all the RFE stuff, it's still going to continue, right? Premium processing.
That's right. I mean, the dirty little secret about premium processing is they love to send out RFEs just because it slows down the clock for them. I know it sounds bad, but that's what they do.
Yeah.
And it's still good that you do premium processing. It's probably going to be, if I had to guess, it's probably something that just because you now have, 6 years of H-1B, and were you here as an F-1 before that?
No, I was here on it was OPT. So I did my master's and then I did OPT and then H1B.
So that was F1. Yeah. So
yeah.
So you've been here a good long while. I bet the RFE is just going to be some BS asking you to demonstrate that you've always maintained your status, if I had to guess.
And then my other question is, let's say that the petition for H-1B is denied after November 10th, because November 10th are a until date.
Let's not say that. But okay.
Say that, but let's say in the worst case is that it's our concern is because we've always tried to do, or we've always actually done everything. We've always tried to do everything the legal path. So what would the implications be if it's denied? Like, would that affect us negatively, like impact our future tourist visas or anything? And, because would it say that it was a possible overstay?
Well, there's a 60-day grace period on H-1B, so you have that. Plus, you have the pending application where you're accruing no unlawful presence. So, I mean, a consular official can take everything into account from someone's whole history, whether they were out of status or in a grace period or in status, in deciding whether or not to give another visa. But you're not leaving the United States. Your H-1B is going to be approved, and you're going to get a green card. It's just stressful. Yeah. And this is why they're doing this. And the reason that you're having these headaches is because of the bad people in immigration that are trying to make you feel this way. But you're gonna be fine.
Okay. And then in my husband's case, he kind of like follows my application. So is he also okay on all of this?
Yep.
Okay. And then just another question is, if the H-1B is approved, is it not recommended for us to leave the country, like for us to go back to our country of origin and then stamp our visa, our passport with the new visa, and then come back in? Is that not recommended right now?
Have you watched my show before?
A little bit. My husband watches it more, so he.
It's all that I talk about is begging people who are not U.S. citizens from leaving the United States unless they absolutely positively have to. And going overseas to get a visa stamp is probably the main reason when I don't want that to happen, because even if USCIS grants you the H-1B extension, State Department could say, and I've seen this once or twice, and this gets back to my point about your RFE. Oh, you've been in the United States for a really long time. You had an F1, you have an H-1B, and we just think you're never coming back. So we're just going to sit on your case for 6 months, and then you're screwed. So one of the things I talked about the other day on the radio is that people like you who are in this long-term H-1B with an I-140 and trying to get a green card. In a way, there's a lot of people being kept out of the United States. You're sort of stuck here unless it's something where you feel safe and ready to go. But going to the embassy in the country I think you'd be going to, I hate that place, and they put people in administrative processing all the time and mess with people just like you.
Okay. So it's not recommended to leave the country anytime soon. Do you have is it better for us to wait until the perm is like until the green card process is further down the line, or when do you think we're able to leave the country?
When things from Trumplandia stop.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you can be afford to be stuck outside the United States for 6 months.
Yeah, no. Okay. All right. So right now we shouldn't be worried. And if they ask us for any paperwork, the only thing we can show is the receipt paper, right? That's the only thing we have right now.
Yep.
And we're okay. They shouldn't be able, because of the current climate. That's why we're scared. Like
I understand.
Driver's license. That.
Yep. Are you in a red state or a blue state?
It's a red state.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, let me know if you need anything. Good luck, Gabby. I think you're okay. I know it's stressful. Sorry.
Thank you so much.
All right. I-130, parent doesn't want to come anymore. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you so much for taking my my question. I applied for my dad in 2023. I-130 got approved in April 2025. When I applied for him, there was a war, and the war is over, and now he doesn't want to come anymore.
Okay.
So should I notify USCIS? And what would I do to if he want to come to visit in the future? What would I do?
So I'm not at the office, so I don't have my bell, but he's rung a bell now that's very hard to unring. So he has said that he intends to reside permanently in the United States. And once you ring that bell and say, I want to reside permanently in the United States, then they stop giving you visit visas. So I think it's unlikely that he's going to be able to get a visit visa now that he's said he wanted to live here permanently.
Okay. And should I notify USCIS or the visa center, or just let it go? Because after 1 year,
where's the case pending right now?
It's at the visa center.
Okay, and is it documented and qualified?
Yes.
So basically, you're just waiting for the interview.
No. Actually, we have not submitted anything to the visa center. They send us the email, and they send us to go to create an account and do all of that stuff. We haven't done anything yet because he doesn't. The war is over, and there's no reason to come here.
Except he wants to come live with his son. But yeah, I mean, it pains me to say, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't want to come live here. He wants me to go back anyway.
So it pains me to say you probably need to withdraw the case from the NVC. So send them a letter asking them to withdraw the case, and then just let the chips fall where they may.
Okay, but there's no I shouldn't be worried about it. There's nothing to. There's no harm for me, no harm for him.
No, other than he's probably not going to be able to come anymore.
Got you. All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Okay, thanks. All right, everybody. We still got to figure out the name thing on here, but I will try and do that. I hope you guys all got to see that amazing World Series game last night. 11 innings. The stupid Dodgers won it again. That was probably one of the best World Series I've ever seen, and I watched a lot of it. It was unbelievable. So I hope you guys all have a great Sunday. I'm going to softball, and I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I think we're doing a show tomorrow. Peace, everybody. Have a good night.